We begin with Hurricane Milton. The extremely dangerous storm is on a collision course with the west coast of Florida. It's expected overnight, and the impact has the chance to be unlike anything we've seen this century. Here's your live look this morning from St. Petersburg, Florida. This is supposed to be the calm before the storm. The mayor there saying the city is expecting winds of over 100 miles per hour and a 10 to 15-foot storm surge.
And it's news like this that has residents moving inland. Here's a live look from I-75 northbound in Sumter County. Some of the Sunshine State's most iconic communities look like ghost towns as people seek safety. Thank you so much for joining us on this Wednesday. I'm Raul Martinez.
I'm Latoya Edwards. We are watching, waiting here. Leaders from Florida and beyond are echoing that same sentiment. And for those in the storm's path, evacuation is essential.
If you're under evacuation orders, you should evacuate now. You should have already evacuated. It's a matter of life and death, and that's not hyperbole. It's a matter of life and death.
Our team has been working through the night tracking the hurricane. We have team coverage this morning.
All right, we're going to begin with meteorologist Tevin Wooten. Tevin, the storm's track really has changed slightly here.
Yeah, just a little bit, but still devastating. And I want to emphasize this. If it changes for one location, that may be good, but certainly bad for other locations. That puts it dead center and square into this storm. It's got winds at 160 miles an hour. Right now, the hurricane force winds, by the way, extend out from the center. There's a center right there. Extends out by about 30 miles. So you're talking about a wingspan of 60 miles wide for some of the strongest winds. Outside of that, the tropical storm force wind fields extend 125 miles out from the center. So that is about, if you double that, 125 times 2, 250 miles wide for tropical storm force winds beyond 40 miles an hour. It's a Category 5 right now. That pressure is down to 907 millibars. This is one of the strongest hurricanes to ever sit in the Gulf of Mexico and in the basin of the Atlantic. Keep that in mind, by the way. That's making a straight line towards the Tampa-St. Pete area and perhaps Fort Myers, too. We'll take a closer examination at the storm, by the way, and what that deviation of the track will mean coming up in the next 15 minutes. But even beyond landfall, this storm will have far-reaching implications across much of the state of Florida as it even gets across the eastern half of the state as a Category 1 hurricane some 12 to 24 hours after landfall. Because of that strong wind field, by the way, we talked about how that was almost 250 miles wide. That will churn up, if it already hasn't, the Gulf of Mexico, and that will quite literally push a wall of water from the Gulf of Mexico inland, perhaps by several miles. So we are looking at a storm surge threat of 15 feet in some spots. And now, by the way, because of that shift southbound, that may mean more stronger storm surge and higher storm surge across the Fort Myers area, too, which, by the way, if you know the Red Sox, the spring training field is down there across Lee and Collier County. So a lot to talk about with this storm and thunderstorms, by the way, here at home. We'll break it all down coming up.
Tevin, thank you for breaking down that storm surge threat. Let's continue our team coverage with NBC 10's Jeff Saperstone. Jeff, you're live in the newsroom. People are literally stuck in traffic right now, and gas is running low.
Yeah, they really are. We've seen the storm here. It is massive on the satellite as it heads towards Florida right here. And right now, people are getting out of harm's way as fast as they can. Again, we're less than 24 hours away from landfall. Live look again, St. Petersburg this morning. That community bracing for the worst from this storm. People continue to listen to the warnings to get out of harm's way. Look at this cell phone video showing snarled traffic on I-75. It's just a standstill here, people trying to get out. 17% of the state's gas stations out of fuel, although 6 million more gallons on the way to the state. Dozens of Florida communities have evacuation orders in place as people are boarding up their homes and businesses. 15 feet of storm surge is forecasted. You can see the main hospital installing these flood walls around it. And people are also scrambling to clear the debris from Hurricane Helene.
We have 5,000 National Guard that are on duty. That'll expand to 8,000 very, very soon. We have a total of 34 search and rescue aircraft. We've gotten a lot of support from other states, and we thank them for that.
Meantime, Orlando's airport set to close at 8 this morning, and Disney parks will start closing at 1 o'clock. Universal Studios will close at 2. Live in the newsroom, Jeff Saperstone, NBC 10 Boston.
And now we want to turn to NBC 10's Lauren Melendez. Lauren, many people are taking action to really help those in need as the hurricane approaches, and that includes one man with ties to New England.
Yeah, I mean, you just heard Jeff talk about how hard it is to get gas. Not only that, they have gridlocked roads all along the Florida coast. So, I mean, it's just incredible. That Massachusetts native, his name is Jeremy Gonsalves. He's in a unique position. He's got not one but two planes that are in Rhode Island where he used to live. And so he's really offering them up if he can find a pilot that'll fly them there with some humanitarian aid. So here he is. This is Jeremy. He lives in Florida with his wife and 4 kids. Now, he says right now there is just one main road to get in and out near his home in Northport because of those evacuation routes. He's fortunate to live just outside of the flood zone, but get this, he says, again, it takes hours to get gas and other supplies. So it's why he's hoping a fellow pilot in Rhode Island will wait until the storm is over, fly his planes into Florida, and bring as much as they can back. Now, one of those planes is there. He says, of course, if that plane arrives in Florida, he would jump into action and help as well.
There's no fuel at any of the gas stations. You'll be driving around for hours looking for fuel. There's no, the food's gone. You go to Home Depot. It's just a mad scene over there. Everyone's buying plywood.
So Gonsalves got this idea actually after he saw other pilots volunteering their help because of Hurricane Helene. And the good news is, despite that journey from Rhode Island all the way to Florida being 8 hours, he says he's getting phone calls. People are interested. Other pilots know how to fly his small plane, and they are willing to do this. So we'll stay on top of this and see if this actually works out. But of course, again, they have to wait until after the storm passes. Reporting here in Cambridge for you this morning, I'm Lauren Melendez, NBC 10 Boston.
Lauren, an important story there. Well, you can get the latest updates on this hurricane by going and downloading our NBC 10 app, also heading to our website, NBC10Boston.com.